Welcome to another freight market update. This one is for the month of November. My name is Greg Amanatidis. I am the Director of Marketing here at Navia. I am joined by Yanis Papantimos, our Head of Ocean Products. This is going to be a big month. Naturally, this is right in the thick of peak season. Yanis, let's start off with our traffic light system, as always.
Yep.
Green means book 2 weeks in advance. Orange, book 3 weeks in advance, and red, book 4 weeks in advance, indicating that there is a significant restraint on access to space. Asia into Oceania, where we're at the moment.
As you just said, Greg, we are pretty much on the peak of the traditional peak season.
Yeah.
So it is expected, and that's the case. We're looking at red.
Yeah.
It would be ideal if customers could book 4 weeks in advance, just to make sure that they get ahead and not face any last minute orders.
Yeah.
November, in terms of blank sailings ex-Asia into Oceania, does not seem to be very high. We haven't a lot of blank sailings. On the contrary, we have seen that a couple of niche carriers might bring in some additional extra loaders, so some additional capacity. But because we're in traditional peak season, demand is quite high, which is why we're having space being tight.
So it's just the demand filling up that space. All right, China into USA. What's that look like at the moment? I imagine it's very similar.
Not necessarily. The thing is that as we speak, the Trump tariffs have taken a very significant toll regarding the Asia into US market. And although we have seen rates going up the last 2 weeks on the TP trade, space is quite open.
Okay, quite open. So what color would China to USA be?
Green or yellow at some stage, or orange, but I wouldn't say red.
Very atypical. And then Europe into the US or Oceania, or out of Europe, let's say, as an origin. What's that?
Out of Europe, as we have already seen and we have said through this market update, the main issue with Europe was congestion.
Yeah.
That has started a long time ago, a lot of months ago.
Yeah.
Currently, there were a couple of issues at the port of Rotterdam and Antwerp, with some strikes. They have been resolved, but unfortunately, that added some additional constraints and restraints in the ports. So it's not as bad as it was a couple of months ago, but it's definitely not green. So we're pretty much anywhere between orange and red.
Okay, beautiful. Now, on the rates front, what's that looking like at the moment? You mentioned that the rates on the TP trade have gone up slightly. What about on the Oceania route?
On the Asia to Oceania trade, what we have seen the last couple of days is that November is expected to be significantly higher. Again, that's not a surprise. It is expected to a lesser or a bigger degree. So we do expect to see FAKs going high, and pretty much the GRIs that the carriers announced at this stage seems to be quite successful, at least for the first half of it.
Okay. Which wasn't the case in preceding months, past couple
Correct.
months.
I mean, this is something that carriers are doing regardless.
Yeah.
So they're announcing GRIs, but the success of them,
questionable.
Definitely.
Whereas this month it's taken effect. Now, just to round out the conversation, Yanis, I imagine it's going to be similar to preceding months, but advice to supply chain managers, I'm guessing plan.
Obviously, depending on the trade, if we are looking out of Asia into Oceania, November is a typical peak season. Book in advance, utilize your named account allocation if you have, make sure you stick to it so that you don't have to suffer from the increased FAK rates. On the TP, things seem to be a little bit easier. There are rumors and there is a widespread fear that as we approach the end of the year, volumes will start to go even lower because of the tariffs. But again, plan in advance should always be the case.
Especially during this time of the year.
Exactly.
Any supply chain manager worth their salt should already know that, really.
That is correct.
Awesome. Thank you as always, Yanis.
Thank you, Greg.
And we will see you guys next month.
Thank you.